get things rocking and rolling. All right, guys. So tonight's call, team call, let's get it. Typically, we do these once a month. April was crazy, so this is kind of a April-May monthly team call that we've got going on. But really, the goal and the purpose of these calls are not only to bring us together, but really drop some clarity, really kind of bring a lot of the things that are going on, not just in the academy, in the platform, what we're learning, what we're taking advantage of, giving you guys some of the updates that are going on and piecing them together. But also, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world. So tying all of that stuff in on this call together, and really hopefully making this more of an intimate, personable setting for you guys to, be able to really see how you can take what you have in your hands, have in front of you, and apply it, gain that extra layer of clarity in how, myself and many others that I've been getting mentored from are winning, are finding success, and becoming consistently profitable, on the charts, in the market, in the business, whatever your focus is, whatever you're taking advantage of, and really giving you guys that layer of confidence, that layer of clarity. So there's really 4 goals on tonight's, 4 things that I'm going to rock through on tonight's call. I want to give you guys some updates, some announcements. There's been a ton of things that have been going on over the last, really 60 days since we've 45, 60 days since we've, reconnected on a call like this. So I'm going to go over those. I'm going to talk about 6 stages of a trader. And I believe this is going to be so powerful for a lot of people that may not have identified where they're at in their trading journey. Okay. And then we're going to go over the scalper. I know there's people on this call that don't necessarily use the scalper, or maybe you have a different strategy. This is specifically on the scalper, how to win with the scalper on DCX cryptocurrency. But I'm going to give you some mindset tips that you can take and apply no matter what strategy that you're using. Okay. Whether you're on FRX, TBX, which just launched, what is it? Crypto, and then ECX. Okay. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just a little bit of mindset stuff and playing smart in the season that we're in right now with, everything that's going on in the world. And then at the end, we're going to talk about a giveaway. So don't go away. It's going to be good, as it always is. So I want to kick off by first starting off with some updates with some announcement real quick. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen throughout this call as well. But for those that have, maybe you're on the FRX pack. Okay. There was maybe some of you guys know this, there were some changes that were made earlier this year. Hopefully I can clarify some of those changes for you. And what they did inside of the academy is, the elite used to be pretty much everything, all of the financial markets, and then like pretty much all of the strategies you got access to. What they did to really condense and simplify the access that people could have, and also making it more cost effective, is since there's quite a few different strategies on the Forex side, they bundled a lot of the primary strategies that people were using into like one. And so those strategies, if you guys want to write them down, inside of the FRX Pro Pack that you're getting access to is Gold Cup, US 30, okay? The Harmonics scanner, you get access to the Harmonics scanner as an FRX pack like member, but there's some, I guess, updates that they did that Manny Q and Chance and Sam are doing on their session. So if you have FRX, you know what I'm talking about. So you'll have access to their sessions. They're like advanced sessions that they do. If you guys know what bounce back is, you're gonna have access to that with like Mike Navarrete, Zachary Hogan, Mike Miles, things like that. Levels, okay, an OG strategy, if many of you guys know what that is. DeLorean, Delo Nation, so you guys get access to, Patrick Kenny sessions, Tyrone Foster, okay, and then last but not least, Steady. So you get access to pretty much all of those in one. So you get the FRX Pro Pack, and you're getting all of those in one, instead of maybe trying to get a lead or adding on each one individually. You're like, I just rather would have the FRX Pro Pack and I get access to all of them. Okay. So if anybody was like maybe confused or like, hey, like I had access to this, but now I have access to this, that's what happened. So if you're like all in on Forex, you could do the FRX Pro Pack and you get access to pretty much everything and all those strategies in one. And it's kind of more cost effective. It makes a lot more sense, all that good stuff. So if you guys have any questions regarding that, just shoot us a message, let us know. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory. The other thing is with Elite, I know some people had some questions around that. The main, and I'll show my screen here real quick. The main strategies that you're going to get access to with Elite Okay, I'm just on the Academy site where people can get started. You're going to get access to the top 3 financial markets, okay, Forex, TBX, which is time-based trading, and then crypto, and then some of the top strategies that people are using, okay? So the swipe coin apps, you get access to the swipe coin app, the Scalper, okay, the harmonics scanner, swipe trades, which is the Forex side, Vibrata, which is another Forex strategy, and then Hourglass. So all the strategies within Hourglass for TBX, you get access to, okay? So that's what the Elite is gonna give you. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is TBX. That just launched. And for those that don't know, maybe you're like, I don't really care about TBX. I'm on crypto, or I'm on ECX, I'm on whatever. This is like across the board, very, very important that everybody's aware of. But TBX, because this is an evolution of where the platform is going and what we've seen the Academy become. But TBX is basically, it's not HFX, which is what you guys may have heard of. It's basically, I wouldn't even say it's a transition, but it's, let's just say for my lack of better words, a transition from HFX to TBX. So if you were on the HFX pack, you automatically now have TBX. Okay, and there's a whole slew of videos and updates that you guys will probably have seen, especially if you're on Instagram. Like they've been posting about it on the I Am Mastery Academy Instagram page. But TBX is now, officially a part of the platform, and it's essentially their main focus is about time-based trading. And if you guys actually go to the Academy, like the Go Live sessions, you'll see everything has been updated. And what's cool, I'll show you guys my screen real quick. Again, in the actual Academy videos, TBX right here, if I just watched like the first couple videos, they pretty much updated all of them. Like all of them are like TBX based, like it's lit. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Josh Lee, y'all know, he's the one who's doing the video. So it's super professional. Like it's lit. It's pretty, like it's dope. So, 3 5-minute videos, like super like on pace to the point. And I know some of you guys are asking right now some questions in your head. Well, Abby, they were supposed to do the crypto videos. Yes, they were. Crypto videos. This is actually something Mike just texted me about. I'm pretty fired up about it. So they just did the TBX videos. What they're actually, I asked them, I was like, hey, like when are they gonna launch the crypto videos? Because that was supposed to be a thing. I guess there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about that goes on, that they have to make compliant, things like that. Apparently they're launching the videos, all 400 videos of them, which is insane, sometime next week. So within the next 7 to 14 days, they're supposed to be up, like officially on the like Academy videos, not on the Swipe Coin site, on the actual Academy videos. So look out for that. That's going to be cool, especially for everybody that's in the crypto space. I'm sure that's like absolutely a must right now, super necessary. And then a couple other things, MMX, you guys probably have heard about that. I know Bob Proctor, rest in peace. He was the one that was really leading the way with the MMX platform, very like personal development based mindset, spiritual side of success. Alex Morton has really been taking over, and they're adding quite a few educators and individuals that are going to be speaking on that. I don't know when that's going to be launched, but I heard that it should be launched by the next convention, which is in September. Okay, so look out for that. And then last but not least, I'm sure you guys saw it in the Go Live sessions, the SFX, which is stocks and futures. That's actually supposed to be launching within the next week as well. So sometime within the next week or so, that's supposed to be officially launched. And I believe some of the talk that they were having, some of the educators that were going to be put on, they have like decades of experience, like two, 3 decades of experience in the stocks and in futures markets. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how they're gonna play that out, what that's gonna look like, and just the access that we're gonna continue to have in this space. And then the last thing I was just gonna tell you guys as far as updates and announcements is it's a no-brainer, Arizona. Okay, Arizona, Glendale convention that's happening in September. I know right now tickets are still, I don't even know how they're still discounted, but they're still discounted right now. I think it's like $179 to get access to a ticket. Okay, I know right now, trust me guys, if anybody can relate, I can relate to anybody's financial circumstances. I know things are crazy right now, like the fact that you guys are here, the fact that you're, committing to your membership and your education and your access to what we have here. Like, I applaud you in one of the worst times in, you know, economic history since the Great Depression. Like, so many different things are going on. I applaud you and respect you for making the decision to put your, not just your finances first, but your education, your awareness, and your learning at the forefront. Because most people would put on the back burner, hey, this is more important, this is more important. Like, we're in a time right now with, especially like in crypto and so many different things, like this is where, like, this is separation season. Okay, everybody I've been having conversations with, not our group, but other side conversations where people are just in so much fear, and you know, they're pulling their profits, they're selling when it's low, and it's like, this is the time to like go all in. Like, I'm like, where's my cash flow? I need, you know, I need to put more money in, and so on and so forth. And you know, I get it. I understand. But this is the time where it's so important. Like any other time, like, yes, obviously we should be plugging in, but like, man, in a time, in a season where there's just so much uncertainty and so much fear, the best place to be is plugged in, is where the knowledge and the education and the focus on, you know, where the markets are going, and that insight, that perspective that just, you know, normal people aren't getting. Like, think about a phone and a charger. As soon as my phone gets on like less than 20%, I'm like, I gotta find a charger. If you're in business, you understand. Or if you got to trade in, you understand. And that's the same way with us. You know, we've got to constantly be mindful of, you know, are we plugging ourselves in, not just in the academy, but like our mental state, our emotional state, our spiritual state. Are we taking care of ourselves? And now more than ever, it's super important that we're doing that. So that is number one, guys. I wanted to go over some updates, some announcements, some things that are going on in the platform to make you guys aware, especially if, you know, you're talking to people and they want access to certain things. You are aware of what not only you have access to, but maybe the person that you're speaking with, they're looking to get involved with stocks. You're like, hey, I can be the plug for you. We've got that here. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see, is where are we at? Is the 6 stages of a trader. And I think this is going to be super powerful. And again, this is not my information. I'm not up here to be Abby the guru or anything like that. I'm a student at just as much, if not more, okay, as you guys. I'm plugging in. I watched my Go Live session today. I'm going to be watching Kurt Cobain's session later tonight, the replay, which I believe he's live right now. You guys are troopers. You're on here with me. But I'm not the educator. I'm not, you know, the specialist or anything like that. I'm a student. I plug in and I just leverage the resources, the answers, the mindsets, the professionals around me, and I develop myself through that. So I want to just share with you guys what I learned actually from Jay Awal. He is a TBX, time-based trader. I saw one of his mindset sessions that he has in his favorited sessions. And I remember he went over this, and I was going through my notes and I was like, this would be perfect to go through on the call tonight. Yeah, Jay is awesome. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Take some notes. I think this will be super powerful for you. But 6 stages of a trader. Okay. I would write these down. Number 1 is the learning phase. Okay. And I'm gonna break these down. You guys will probably catch on, but I want you to, as I'm going through these, I want you to start to maybe identify where are you at. Okay. And this is super important because a lot of times we have goals in our mind, you know, results that we want to hit and achieve, places we want to go, things we want to accomplish, but we don't necessarily, like, we're not necessarily aware of where we're at in our process. And we can't actually go somewhere if we don't accept and become aware of where we are. Okay. And the methods of how we're going to get to where we want to go. So stage 1 is the learning phase. Okay. And I want you guys to also understand this isn't necessarily about time. Time is kind of like irrelevant when it comes to success and creating results. Like, yes, it takes time to learn things, but the amount of time, like, it's not, they always say, you know, it's not about like how much time it takes. It's like, what are you doing in the time that you've been involved, or the time that you have, right? If you give yourself 10 years to do something, you're going to take all 10 years. Or, you know, if you tell yourself you're going to take 3 hours to clean your room, or you're going to take 3 hours when maybe you could have taken 30 minutes. You guys get my point, right? So it's not necessarily about the time. It's what are you doing with the time? Okay. So the learning phase, maybe you're right now, maybe newest person, you just got started. You're within your first 30, 60, 90 days. You're probably in that learning phase, especially in your first 30. Okay. And some of these may overlap, like learning phase to stage 2, practicing in demo. Okay. I'm always a student. I'm always learning. But you may be like in that learning phase to practicing in demo, which, guys, you don't want to be in like that consumption knowledge, like hungry for information stage, like forever. I see that a lot where people are just like consuming so much, but they're not taking action. They're not like their action isn't up to par with how much they're learning. Okay. And that can actually hold you back, because you get like dopamine hits when, like, how you get a notification on your phone or somebody likes your Instagram post or whatever, you get a hit of dopamine when those things happen. And same thing when it comes to like accessing and learning and gaining new information and new knowledge. That's like kind of the same thing that happens there. And we don't want to catch ourselves in that like cycle. We want, like, in that circle, we want to be able to, like, everything that I learn, like I have like this ratio for myself. Everything that I learn, like it's 1-to-1, I'm applying. All right, I learned this, I'm going to go apply this. Kurt Cobain taught me something with fibs. All right, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to go apply it on my chart. Okay. Same thing. Now there's a difference here with practicing. Like, for everything that I learn and then everything that I go and like maybe I'm marking up a chart, like I made to make sure that I'm not only taking action, but I'm getting my reps in. So moving into stage 2, maybe you're practicing in demo right now. Okay. I know people that, like, even myself, I still find myself practicing on demo. Maybe not necessarily testing out a new strategy, because I've got my strategy. Like I'm like this is my strategy. Like I know what I'm doing. I've got my confirmation, my checklist. But maybe, you're trying to trade a new pair, or maybe, you're testing in a new season. Maybe you're so used to trading like during a certain time of the week or a certain time of the day or a certain time of the year. And maybe now, like, you're going to start trying to trade during winter, like December. I don't really trade a lot during December because, markets are kind of like not dead, but like markets are just, kind of crazy because of the holidays. But maybe you're starting to, try to test out that. I'm just giving you guys some examples, okay? But if you're new, like, you should be taking your demo account seriously. It's not meant to, oh, look at all the winning trades that I made. No, it's about practice. It's about making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and building up your confidence, and also building up your understanding and awareness of your risk management, okay? Understanding, like, here's just some examples. When I was like heavy demoing because I was trying to understand my strategy, I was looking for, how do I emotionally feel when I'm up a certain percentage, or when I see a certain dollar amount. Okay. I remember when I would see like $100, even like in the beginning when I was like, oh my God, $20. I'm like, as soon as I got emotional, I was like, I got to pull out. Or, I see $100. I'm like, okay, it's time to, I'm smiling. Like, as soon as you start to look at your trade and you're smiling and you're like trying to show everybody or whatever, it's like, I got to pull out. Even when I want to show like in the chat, oh, like, this is how much I'm up, pretty much as soon as I send that, like, I've already taken profit. Cause I'm like, nah, like, if you're trying to show this, you're trying to flex it, trying to flaunt it, like, you're getting emotional, it's time to get out. Okay. So I just always keep those things in mind. But when I'm practicing demo, and these are all things that I learned on Go Live and just trial and error, but I'm looking for like my target zones. Even like, right now I would say I'm a scalper trader. Like, I'm like in and out of the markets. I don't like being in the markets for very long, maybe like an hour or two, but I'm like maybe like trying to expand my tolerance. And so maybe I demo to hold the trade a little longer, right? All right, let's hold it for a day or two, see what the markets are going to do, right? I know a friend of mine, he's been catching, like, so he's been riding the long-term wave of Bitcoin down. He's been holding since like 38,000 and just riding it down. Whereas I'm trading Ethereum and I'm scalping the market. So I'm getting in, at 2,800 to 2,700 or 2,750 to 25. And so I'm just scalping moves from there while he's holding it long term. So I'm just giving you guys some examples. You're going to find your like, you're going to identify like maybe more of your personality and what you kind of vibe with and are compatible with when you demo. And I even learn a lot of this stuff when I start to get into live, and then I'm like, cool, let me go demo that. Now I'm aware of it. Okay. So that's demo. Demo, it's different for everybody. Some people are on demo for 30 days, 3 days. You can't hang. Okay. You gotta go live. Some are on for 3 months. Some are involved and they're on for a while. Okay. I would say, like, give yourself a timeline. Don't stay on demo forever, because without a deadline, like, that goal that you have is just a wish. You're probably not going to ever like transition. So give yourself a deadline, like, kick it into gear, get those reps in, like, cool, by this day, I want to get this many demo trades in. And by that time, be able to go over my analysis, go over what happened, self-evaluate, that kind of thing, and then determine, all right, cool, like I've gotten what I needed, I'm ready to go live. Okay. And Mike said on the call last night, obviously it depends on your broker, but if you're using Osprey FX, for example, I'm not affiliated with any broker. I actually don't even use Osprey FX, but Osprey FX has been great for those that maybe have smaller amounts of capital, like 250, $500, versus I use Hugo's Way. Again, not giving any financial advice, but Hugo's Way, you need a little bit more capital because of the contract size. So when you go to, let's say, stage 3, transitioning to trading live, some of you guys may be there right now. Maybe you just got out of demo, practicing like determined action, and now you're transitioning to trading live. Okay, maybe that's you on this call. Trading live, there's a lot of different things that you're going to learn. I'm not going to go into that on this call. It's pretty self-explanatory, but maybe that's where you're at right now. Maybe you're making that transition, and you're identifying and becoming aware of proper risk management. Oh, wow, like proper risk management's a thing. Like I'm not going to be able to just get away by flipping my account or winging it with my lot sizes. Like, no, we can't do that. Okay, which I'm guilty. I've done that before. Maybe maybe you went from stage 3 to now stage 4. Maybe you've been actually diligent with your live trades. You've been, your strategy, like you have that confirmation checklist, and you're like, you stand by that no matter what. Like if it doesn't hit your 3 confirmations, your 5 confirmations, whatever it is, whatever your strategy is, like you're not getting into that trade. Okay. Like that's when you really start to see your discipline with your strategy and your risk management start to like become consistent. Okay. And going into stage 4, this is where you're kind of like, I remember Chance and Sam, one of the educators on the platform, they would always say, I'm here to live another day in my trading. And that's kind of like when I was here, that's where my mindset was. I was like, cool. Like, I just want to be here tomorrow. I want to be in the game tomorrow. Like I want to have enough money in my account to still stay in the game. Okay. Some of us, we've blown accounts, and that's on us because we didn't follow our strategy or our game plan or whatever. Okay. So maybe you're in stage 4 where you've started to create some consistency for yourself. And now it's just that day by day surviving until you thrive. And it's not really like, that's not like the mentality that you have. It's just, that's where you're at. Like maybe, you're taking your $250 account to 500. Maybe you've doubled that. Okay. Maybe you've taken your $500 account to 1,000. And now you're trying to grow that $1,000 account to 5,000 or 10,000. Okay. And then maybe, you've gotten to that stage and you've moved to this stage right here, stage 5, which this is where I believe that I'm in right now, gradually increasing your profits, where I would say you're consistently profitable. Like you're able to, not only grow your account, use risk management, your discipline in your trading, but you're actually seeing consistency from that. Like you can withdraw money and your account's not really affected. That's a really great place to be, but it takes time. Okay. And everybody can get there, but I can tell you right now, you won't get there if you just stay in this learning phase. If you just stay in this consumption mode, if you just stay in this fear-based mode of, maybe I'll never get to demo, or you don't set that goal for yourself or that deadline. Okay. Or maybe you never transition from demo to your live account. It takes time. And I don't know what that timeline looks for you, but I will tell you, when you are disciplined and determined, you have that burning desire to like understand and realize how real this is. Like understand, like when I started to recognize how real this could be for me, like trading could become an income source for me. Trading could become something that funds areas of my life that I once didn't have access to. That's when things started to change. I started to accept that in my like spiritually, mentally, and emotionally get involved with it, with like my feelings, not feelings in the market, but you guys get my point. That's when like I really just was like every day studying and focus on like growing my accounts, and also paying attention to my demo and where I was making mistakes. Like I wasn't trying to like look at all my wins. It was like, all right, what am I doing wrong, and how can I fix it? How can I improve? So stage 5, gradually increasing those profits, starting to become consistently profitable. You're able to really withdraw. And for me, like just giving you guys a testimony, because I want to give you guys some reality to this, like being able to take your withdrawals, whether it's $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, like sometimes like this stage, like it's kind of varying with the amount and withdrawals that you're pulling every month, because everyone's different. It's not a job. Like trading can be a job sometimes because you still have to clock in and put those trades in and do the work. But once you become so automatic and habitual with what you're doing, it's nice. Okay. And so you can take those profits and, you know, like this past, like literally within the last week, I've purchased my first two. We had an NFT last fall, and that was all right. That was a lesson. But my first two like actual NFTs through like my trading profits. And so you guys have the opportunity to do that, but it's going to take some time and some discipline and dedication to be able to do that. Like you can take your trading profits and fund your crypto portfolio. Like now that the markets are down, I'm not saying go and flip your account. You need to follow this process. Okay. And that's why also residual income is so powerful. Like I'm able to double dip right now in both and just fund. And so I'm giving you guys this self-awareness so you can start planning and preparing and taking massive action on the opportunity at hand, so you can go create more cash flow for yourself. You can go create more options for yourself. Go create that independence and flexibility and honestly freedom that I know probably you guys on this call, you desire to some degree. Okay. So 5, and then last but not least, I am not here yet. It's coming. I'm sure everybody on this call, it is coming for you as well, but you've got to be able to see the end goal in mind all the way through. Consistency is just seeing it all the way through. So long-term gains. Okay. That's like, I'm talking educators on the platform. That's like, you've got probably 6 G's in your account, multiple 6 G's, 7 figures, like educator money, Chris Terry type of money, where you pull from your account and you don't even know that you pull from your account. Like there's so much, I can't even talk about it because I'm not there yet, but these are the 6 stages of a trader. Okay. I pulled this from Jay Awal. I'm sure if you go to his session on Go Live, if you have Elite or TBX, you will get access to that session. It's his mindset one. I'm sure you can't miss it. And he goes over this. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. You were able to maybe identify, you know, where you're at, where you're going, what's the next phase in line for you, and hopefully some areas where maybe you can improve so you get out of the stage that maybe you've been stuck in and moving on. Because the goal isn't to just consume information unless that's where you want to stay. Okay. I'm sure nobody on this call joined IM Academy to just consume information. I'm sure you're here because you desire some sort of results. And I can tell you right now, like people that are successful in whatever they do, they are results oriented. They are focused obviously on the journey, obviously on the process. Like that is a matter of fact, but the results, like that is where your focus needs to be, not just on consuming a bunch of information and not doing anything with it. Okay. Get your reps in, go and practice, do what you got to do. But that is number 2. I want to share with you guys 6 stages of a trader. Hopefully you guys identified maybe where you're at. And then let's get into it, guys. How was that? While I open this up, drop a 3 in the chat. If you got value from that, drop a 3 in the chat if you got some value from that. All right, let's go. Okay, one sec. I'm just opening up my swipe coin here. Alrighty. Okay. All right, let's do this real quick, guys. Before I share my screen, type in the chat what strategy, this is actually important. Type in the chat, what strategy are you using right now? Okay, Sam says swipe coin, the app. Mason says harmonics on DCX and swipe coin. Okay, TBX, what strategy in TBX are you guys using? Eric says swipe coin scalper. Alex says scalper. Paul says DCX. Okay, what strategy are you guys using? Yep, Cobain fibs. I love his fibs. Kaylin says swipe coin, scalper, and DeLorean. Jacques says swipe coin and hourglass. Okay. Diane says Liberty. Crystal says trend trap with the simple scalper. Cool. Maggie says swipe coin. All right, let's get it. Okay. I just want to get a little temperature for where we're at on the call. Okay. So this is I'm going to show you next, probably like the last thing I'm going to go over, and then we're going to do the giveaway. The scalper. Okay. I've been definitely taking advantage of this scalper. This is a tool that I've been using for a little over a year. And I'm going to just tell you guys, if you're on crypto and you haven't found maybe something that you want to use or a home yet, I would say on something like a strategy that you can take advantage of, this is one of the simplest tools that you can use. Okay. On the crypto side. Now, if you're using, and I know we saw some DLO in there, some Liberty, some TBX strategies. I'm sure I saw Jay's trend trap. That thing is awesome. I don't personally use it, but I saw him break it down just to get an idea, and it's fire. Okay. And I want to tell you guys this on the call is, and I learned this just from plugging into Go Live, but like, it's not necessarily about like, oh my God, I got the best strategy, or I got the best, tool or whatever. It's not about the strategy. It's about the risk management. I will write that down. It is about the risk management. It's not about how great the strategy is. It is about the risk management. Okay. I'm not in this trade. I just threw this up to give you guys an example. I was actually looking at this earlier, but I've taken my fair share of trades this week. So I've cut my limit. And this is part of being a disciplined trader, a consistently profitable trader, is knowing when to stop trading. Okay. Knowing when to just cut yourself off from getting into the markets again. It's not about being in the markets all the time. It's like, I could have been done with my first, honestly, 1.5, 2 trades that I took this week. But I was like, like you're up. You've actually been up for the last few weeks. So we can afford to take another trade, but you have to know yourself. You have to know like where you're at in the markets. But anyway, so this is a trade that I was just kind of eyeballing earlier today. Personally, I only trade Ethereum. Like that is the only pair that I trade, with my own analysis. I sometimes like to I have a very like baby account, just to see what we can do. Starting with like $24, and I'm just starting to, just take, trades with Ripple. Ethereum will blow my account out the water. So I'm starting to take it with Ripple just to see what we can do, and just growing that little itty bitty account that we got that I blew a long time ago. I was like, all right, let's revive this. So I'm just taking Ripple trades, but when it comes to my own analysis and leveraging the scalper, I am using Ethereum. And some people like Ethereum, some people like Bitcoin, some people take, all the trades on the Swipecoin app. This is something I will say, because I saw a lot of people type in Swipecoin, and you got to do what works for you. But what I have noticed and what I've heard some of the educators talk about is when you take the Swipecoin trades, I would be very like mindful of not the amount of trades. Yes, the amount of trades that you take, but who you're taking the trades from. Like if you notice like your ratio isn't really adding up on wins and losses and growth on your account, I would stick with maybe taking trades from just one specific like educator that's calling them out, or one specific pair. So I know like Picasso only calls out Bitcoin. That guy Danny, he's been calling out only Bitcoin, or I think that's right. Nick calls out Ethereum and Ripple. So I would just like, for me, if I'm going to take anything from Swipecoin, I usually will only like choose one educator and one currency pair. So I keep it consistent. So I'm not like, okay, from this educator, this pair, because then I notice like a fluctuation in my account, especially if you can't take all the trades. You're definitely going to show like more maybe losses, or this way than the other. So just be mindful about that. Be smart about that. Find maybe one educator and then one currency pair that they're calling out. Just stick with that. Okay. And then go from there. So as far as the scalper, I'll get the notification sent to my phone, and I'll pull it up on my computer. And I know not everybody has this luxury, but I'm able to sit next to my computer pretty much all day. I don't have this open all day, but if I get the notification on my phone, I'll pull it up and I'll take a look. And I'm like, cool, this is an area that I'm gonna take a look at. And Mike talks about this all the time on his sessions. So this scalper strategy, I'm not the end all be all. I'm just telling you, there's like literally three simple rules. That is it to use a scalper. Okay. Number one rule, look for the arrow. So for example, Ethereum 8 hours ago today called out a sell. Now this thing really hasn't taken off. I mean, if you entered here, you might be a little in drawdown right now, depending on where this goes next. But let's say, for example, you could have taken this trade, okay? As soon as this breaks below, let me start from the beginning, sorry. So the arrow, red arrow, okay, cool. That's number one, it's going down. Then you look for the orange line. Is price below the orange line? Yes, okay. This is for a sell, so it needs to be below. If it's for a buy, it needs to be above. And then the last part is, does price break and close below the zone? If price breaks and closes below this zone, it confirms the idea, okay? So the arrow was called here. I'm looking over to the right, okay? So as soon as, I'm gonna get this out of the way. As soon as price closed here, you could have entered the trade. Sometimes, like, I don't like to get into the trade if this closes too far down. Like, this would have been okay, but sometimes I don't like to get into the trade if the candle closes too far down. And this is, again, just verbatim what Mike Sotero talks about on his sessions, okay? I love Mike's breakdown on the scalper because it's just very simple. He doesn't try to add all this like fluff and stuff into it. It's just, this is what it is. This is what I look for. I'm in, I'm out. These are my targets, and that's it. So you technically could have gotten in, let's see, like right here. As soon as this candle closes, you probably would have gotten in about like right here with some drawdown, okay? You probably would have been in drawdown all up here, okay? And then you would have been into profit. So let's say, like, for example, that's like 500 pips. I just told Alex this last night, my like sweet spot is like a good 500-600 pip move. Sometimes 700-800 pips. If I hit 1,000, like, I'm out. I'm like, let's get out of the market. You're good. But 500-600 pips is like my personal sweet spot, just this move alone. And when you have two entries in at 1% risk each, so that's 2% total, like, you just caught yourself 1,000 pips. Like, you're good. Get out the market. So those are just some rules that I've set for myself, but you don't get there until you demo. You don't get there until you practice. You don't get there until you start to have these realizations because you're taking action. You don't have these if you're just sitting back watching all the time. You have to go out and actually do the dang thing, okay? So this is just one example. I know Mike talks about it a lot. I like to use this tool. You see the educators use it, the short and the long position. That's what I have right here. So let's say, for example, you entered, you can move the stop loss like this. I like to have mine like right above the orange line right here. And then I'll go, about 500, 600 pips. Usually I like to have this go to about 1 to 2, 1 to 3. I know Mike talks about only going 1 to 3 at minimum. I like to play it by ear. If I'm up 500 pips, I'm going to probably get out the market. And that's just me. Cause I'm like, you already got your percentage, like, you're good, get out of the market. But this is about 500 pips or so right here. If I were to go a 1 to 3 on this right here, just this position alone, this would be about 1,000 pips. So I'm giving you guys a little, I usually keep my stop loss a little tighter, but you also run the risk of getting stopped out right here. So it's your play. You got to test it out. I've tested this out so many times. It's not even funny. But you got to understand, like, you can't start trading until you accept the fact that you're going to have L's. You can't start trading until you've accepted the fact that you're going to have losses and that you can lose money in the markets, both with your portfolio. Okay. My portfolio right now, somebody texted me today, tell me when to buy into Bitcoin. I'm like, my guy, you should be dollar cost averaging. Why would you ask me such a silly question like that? And I was like, everybody's down right now. My portfolio is down, but I'm not even freaking because I know the game. We've been here before. We've been here several times before. Like, the market's going to recover. I'm not afraid. I'm not in fear. I'm acting out of faith. And I'm just waiting to buy lower because everybody's trying to do different things. And I'm going to do exactly what what the masses are doing, the exact opposite. So this isn't maybe a great example, but this is an example of maybe a trade that isn't going to play out because the markets are kind of consolidating. Like, let me give you an example. This trade over here, this sell, or wherever it was, I think it was right here or something. We caught this trade down like this the other day, this week. I think I was in like 3 different trades not at a time, but 3 different trades in the last 7 days, just literally buying this market down, like, boom, break and retest, boom, break and retest, boom, break and retest. So this is how I go in and identify it. And this is exactly what the educators teach on. Like I know Bitcoin, it's kind of like moving the same as Ethereum right now, like literally the same thing. If you're a little bit more in profit on Bitcoin, if you took this trade, like for example, you would have gotten in, like I probably wouldn't have gotten in right here because that's kind of this is a lot. Like this is, how many pips is that from the entry mark? Yeah, that's like 400 pips. I probably wouldn't have gotten in there. I probably would have waited till this retested right here. Okay. Like for example, is the last thing I'll say. But for example, like if I saw the market like break and close like right here below, like yeah, I would have gotten in right here. That's maybe like a couple hundred pips. So you could have gotten in for the sell, put it right, above the orange line. For Bitcoin, 300, 450, 400 pips for a stop loss is phenomenal. And let's say you do a 1 to 3. Okay, you're waiting for a price to come about down here. Okay, so you're still hanging out in profit if you were to take this trade. But this is just an example. This is what I look for. It's not anything like, if you're looking for something special or cute or secret sauce, like that's not this. That's not trading. Okay, trading is like doing the stuff that you probably don't want to do. It's getting your reps in. It's like literally doing the practice. Okay. And it's very simple. The scalper is three rules: find the arrow, make sure the price is below the orange line, or if it's a buy, if it's above, and then just wait for price to break and close below. If it closes way below, I'm not taking the trade right away. I'm going to wait for it to retest again. Give me another entry. If it closes like right here, cool, we're in and we're riding it out 1 to 3. 1 to 3 risk to reward. That's a 2% risk for a 6% gain. You do that once a week. Oh my God, like you're set. You're good. Just keep doing that. Alex and I realize, like we talk about this, we have these realizations, like this is literally just risk management. This is a game of risk management. That's it. So yeah, so that's what I have for you guys for this call. Really the goal, hopefully you guys got hopefully the clarity that maybe you are looking for right now, in this second quarter of 2022 is crazy. They said like May, this feels like March of 2020 again, when Bitcoin was at, $3,000-$4,000. I remember when it was at $4,000 and I did not take it seriously. I think I maybe put in a couple $100 when it was down that low. And I'm looking back and I'm like, Abby, you're an idiot. Why didn't you because I had more money to put in, but I just didn't. And I was looking back and I was like, man, you've grown so much since then, because now that the markets are down, like I'm playing my cards right, like not only prepared, but really being strategic about what I'm doing. And so hopefully you guys got what you needed from this call. Really the biggest thing, it's now more than ever so important that you guys are plugging into the platform, plugging into the information, and just staying around the campfire, staying educated, especially with so much uncertainty. Because as soon as you open up Twitter, trust me, I've been on Twitter and it's like, it's a madhouse on there. Especially if you start seeing like all these crypto accounts, you follow one crypto person, it starts to suggest like all these other crypto guys. And it's like, these guys don't know what they're talking about. Bitcoin's going 10,000. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, come on. Like, that's not the market cycle. We know because we plug it in. So the last thing that we're going to do, I actually forgot to pull this up, is the giveaway. So let's do this. Do we normally record this? It's only funny to record it to see everybody's faces. I think we'll record it just for the sake of the call. But as I'm typing in everybody's names, if you have a question, type it in the chat for me real quick, and I'll see if I can answer it. Okay. Does somebody want to? Actually, maybe I can do this. Al, do you want to unmute yourself and just read off the names? This is gonna take a second.
All right, you got Albert, Bob, Crystal, Diane, Eric, Jacques, Kate, Lorenzo, Maggie, Mason, Paul, Quinn, Sam, and Josh.
Okay. You got anybody on with you? Like 2 people on your line? They got to be on their own link, and I can put their name on here. FYI. Okay, I'm going to read off the names that I have. Let me shuffle these. Actually, let me share my screen. All right, please tell me if you guys cannot see your name. Look right here. Some of you guys can't see your name. If you don't see your name, just let me know. Oh, Crystal asks, where do we find out where to learn about dollar cost averaging? Honestly, I would say Corinne on Go Live, Corinne on the Go Live DCX session. You could learn about dollar cost averaging on her session. I know Mike and Cobain, I just watched one of their sessions the other day. They were just talking about it. But anybody that's maybe newer to crypto or looking for maybe like a starting point of, where do I begin when it comes to building my portfolio, or where do I begin when it comes to trading leverage? Corinne is like your girl. So I'm sure if you go to Corinne on DCX, go to her favorite sessions, and you just look, I'm sure I could look in here, but if you find some of her sessions on, oh, look, what is dollar cost averaging? You see that from December 29th, 2021, this session right here. What is dollar cost averaging? She talks about, and she even gives you the timestamp. That's crazy. Okay. You can watch her session. She's going to teach you and then probably show you the next session, the next area to watch. Okay. Okay. Got you. All right, y'all. Let's get into this raffle. This wheel. Oh my gosh, my screen. Hold on one second. Being weird. Okay. Everybody sees their name. We are good. So here's how it's gonna work. We always do some surprises on my phone. I gotta see y'all's faces. It's funny. Turn your cameras on if I can't see you, because this shit's funny. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. All right, we might do 2 giveaways. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna be giving away some Solana. Solana's down. I think it's at like $50. I've been buying so much, it's actually crazy. So we're gonna be giving away some Solana on this call. It's gonna be lit, and we might do it twice. So we're gonna go ahead, and I gotta make sure I record this, and we're gonna spin. Actually, let me shuffle it one more time. One more time. Okay. All right, y'all ready? We're gonna run it in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Caitlin.
No fucking way. I finally won a giveaway, y'all.
Wow, let's go.
Dollar cost averaging, bro.
All right, Caitlin won the giveaway. Let's go. All right, send me your wallet address after the call. It's fun when you win a giveaway. All right, guys, type a 2 in the chat if we should do one more giveaway. If we should do one more round, type a 2 in the chat if you want to see one more giveaway. Only 5 people? 6 people? All right, let's go. We're gonna do another giveaway. All right, we're gonna do Solana. Keep it at Solana. Keep it same. All right, let's go. All right, ready? We're gonna do it again. Should we shuffle it? All right, let's shuffle it a couple more times. All right. All right, we're gonna do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my, Sam, you gotta get off this call. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
You should give away my giveaway.
You want me to give away your giveaway?
Yeah, I want you to spread the love a little more. I wouldn't do many of these somehow.
Sam, so for everybody watching, this is Sam's 3rd time winning this giveaway.
I mean, 3 is my lucky number, but I want to share the wealth with somebody else.
Wow, look at that. You're a team player, dog. All right, we're going to do it one more time. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, one more time. We're going to get this. Somebody's going to win. Hopefully somebody brand new, somebody that needs it. Ready? Let's go. Oh! Jacques, you win, dog. You are the winner. Let's go. All right. Jacques, send me your wallet address. Caitlin, send me your wallet address. Send me a screenshot and send me the actual link. Proud of you guys. Let me stop the recording.